How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Blackboard Rants. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Jon.
And today, Jon, what are we taking for our hot shots?
This one is called El Yucateco Salsa Picante de Chile Habanero.
Ooh, that sounds great.
I love the habanero chili. It is one of the spicier ones. I've had this hot sauce, and I believe you have too.
Yep. I had a great little local Mexican restaurant not too far from here called El Tequilas. This is the kind of hot sauce that they have there that you can put on your food for you if it's not already spicy enough for you.
Yeah, and
It's great to put in salsa, too.
yep, and it can sometimes give you a bit of a burn.
Right.
So,
Which is why I got a bottle full of milk here. Before shooting, Jon warned me. He goes, you better bring some milk with you. Didn't even tell me what it was. All I knew was it was going to be hot as hell. And I got an idea what this already tastes like, but, I mean...
but once you take the shot, it's a completely different story than when
Right.
you just put it on your food.
It's just like Tabasco sauce. Luckily, I ate something, too, before we came here. I was up and like, let's fucking end it already.
I ate something too, but it was chips and salsa, so maybe all that acidity isn't going to be that great. But
Yeah. All right.
the new Batman versus Superman trailer that came out.
Yeah, it looks like we're just going to be winging that today. Oh, well. Yeah. We watched it, and, we talked about this before. They seemed, I don't know, we say chunkier, but they're just
Proportionally
they're
wider.
Right. And
I mean,
we saw Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne, and they
we
go
saw
from
Ben
him.
Affleck as Ben Affleck pretending to be Bruce Wayne. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just him. Go straight to the suit. The neck doesn't look that big. The ears, of course, are shorter from all the pictures, and they show Affleck in the Batman suit, and the neck just seemed bigger. I don't know why.
It just seems, when they show Batman and Superman in this one, like they're too wide.
Right.
I mean, I guess it's a style choice and everything, because the Frank Miller books,
Right.
they're drawn like that, but it's just odd, I think.
Right. I mean, we got
I'm
some
not saying
pictures with it, but I think I'm gonna like the way that this story is gonna be taken, which is obviously it's gonna be really serious, and it may or may not be for everyone. I don't know if I would recommend you take your niece to this, but I mean, this is all speculation right now. This is kind of us just talking about it and kind of saying how we feel about it.
I'm looking forward to it yet.
And also, next, when I first came in here to the studio, you immediately asked me, "Hey, did you watch the new Star Wars trailer?" And yes, I did. And here we are talking about first. Jon, you're the hardcore Star Wars more than me. Go ahead.
I was telling you, I had this feeling with the first teaser trailer, and again with this one. I just don't love it. There's little things throwing me off here and there where I want to be that fanboy who's like, oh, but I can't be. Because there's little things that... Excuse me.
You're coughing about it. You don't like it so much.
There's little things in there that... like the little zoom in on the Millennium Falcon. That comes from other sci-fi, but it just doesn't fit with Star Wars for me. And then a lot of the shots are moving, always moving. And that Star Wars had movement with the cameras, but
Right.
it really wasn't a big part of its film grammar. And then the line at the end with Harrison Ford coming, "Phew, we were home." That just doesn't seem like a Han Solo line to me.
Right.
The sentiment I get, it seems like they're back on the Millennium Falcon and, they're home.
Right.
But it doesn't sound like a Han Solo line.
Right.
It just needed some work.
Right.
I compared it to, like, Rambo.
Yeah.
At the end of a Rambo movie, if he comes up and he says, "Now I feel good about coming back to America because the war's finally over." Rambo's never going to say that.
Right.
But that's the sentiment at the end of the last Rambo movie, that he's home. But it's not a Rambo line to say that.
Right.
And it just didn't seem like, the guy who, when he was told by Princess Leia, "I love you," and he said, "I know." That
Right.
same guy doesn't seem to walk into a spaceship and say, "Chewie, we're home." And you did these weird
You
facial
gotta do the
movements.
deep breath. They just.
Yeah, it seems like Harrison Ford is playing Harrison Ford now instead of playing Han Solo.
Right. And
but that's just from that one shot. I mean,
right.
I'm still gonna go see this movie right away.
Right.
I'm probably gonna love it, but there's just things in it that are making me feel cautious to not get my hopes up.
Right. And two, there's just so much about this movie we don't know about. I mean, there's some stuff about the 2 new characters we got coming up and their backstory and the new robot. Also, I thought D2, I forgot his name, like BB-8 or something like that. And there was some speculation that I had with myself, and I didn't really know it until I watched the video with you. Was the narrator of the trailer that said, "The Force is strong with my family. My father had it. I had it. My sister has it. Now you have it." And my buddy and you both said, "Oh yeah, that's Luke."
Yeah.
And I couldn't really hear it until the end of it, till this certain sounds that Mark Hamill has, until like, oh yeah, that's him. And which brought up another question to me: is Disney gonna try to pull off another A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi type of thing, where there's a girl on there who happens to look like Carrie Fisher, and there's a guy who on there who kind of looks like Mark Hamill, but not really type of thing? I don't know. I mean, it's just so hard to...
Another brother-sister story?
Right, it's just so hard to know what Disney's going to do. I mean, they surprised the hell out of me with Daredevil, obviously, but what they're going to do with Star Wars, I really don't know. As far as J.J. Abrams goes, I mean, I liked what he did with Star Trek. Obviously, you have a different opinion of it, but... I don't know. I mean, I may not like it. I may like it. I might love it. I may just be like, oh yeah, it was okay. I guess I'd buy it, but I don't know.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams is one. I really dislike both of those Star Trek movies, and people were saying, well, that's because he's making them more like Star Wars. No, he made them more like trashy modern sci-fi, which is not what I want for Star Wars. Had its own film grammar, trying to harken back to the serials of the 1940s. And what I brought up to you was I've been rewatching all the Marvel movies in order to lead up to the Age of Ultron coming out.
Right.
And so the other day I watched Captain America: The First Avenger, and it's directed by Joe Johnston.
Right.
Who also directed The Rocketeer. Mm-hmm. They're both period pieces, 1930s, 1940s, and he captures that feel of a movie, a serial movie from that time.
Right.
He just captures it balls to the wall, and the Captain America scene where he's driving his motorcycle, he's being chased by all these Hydra agents. That so much reminded me style-wise to what they did on Endor with the speeder bikes.
Right.
And so I would really like to see, I don't know if he's interested, maybe he's not. I would like to see Joe Johnston get his hands on one of the Star Wars projects and see how that turns out and compare it then afterwards to what JJ does.
Right.
And also I believe Joe Johnston started out his career working on the Star Wars trilogy, the original one.
Oh, wow.
As a production designer.
Oh, that's
so,
cool.
I mean, that's somebody, he worked for Disney both on Rocketeer and Captain America.
Right.
He started off on Star Wars. So I'd love to see him
get
back in there and
who knows,
see what he could do.
And because, like we said too, there's gonna be a Star Wars spinoff and repeat off. So who knows, he might be a part of it. Okay, so next we watched both of the Ant-Man trailers, and I'm gonna have to say I'm kind of excited because I think, and we talked about this too, about these superhero movies that Marvel is coming out with is kind of having that line of comedy and almost like a dramatic action type of thing. And I think Paul Rudd's great for it. I like Michael Douglas, and so I'm pretty excited for it. I know I'm definitely going to go see it.
Yeah, it's the second trailer's gotten me excited. The first one really didn't.
Okay.
But the second trailer, I was kind of like, oh, maybe. Then that train scene comes, and that just shows what you can do with an Ant-Man.
Right.
You know, you're down there on this train, and you have all this gravity of guys fighting on top of a train, and then they pull back, and it's a little
Thomas the Train thing going on.
Choo choo. You know, and it has this, just the things you can do with it, and then to tie that back into the Marvel Universe finally, it was supposed to be, actually at one point I think it was supposed to be the first Marvel movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they made Iron Man, and then they were supposed to make Ant-Man, then they made the Hulk, and they were supposed to make and it just never happened.
Came, right.
Yeah, because they were trying to figure it all out, and now they're finally doing it. So
that's awesome.
I've been waiting ever since it appeared on the slate to see how they would handle it, and
right.
now I'll finally get the chance, and I just hope they don't go too much comedy. You know, that they keep it snappy instead of turning into slapstick. But other than that, I'm willing to go on the ride with them.
Right.
Especially after seeing what Marvel has done with a talking raccoon.
Right. Which everybody is really worried about. I remember that. Like, well, what are they going to do? Are they just call him Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah. I was worried about it. I'm like, a talking raccoon with a bazooka? How's that going to work? But they made it work.
They turned it out great.
So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to go see it.
Right.
And I'm interested to see how they link it to the rest of the universe, because I know not the actor who played Tony Stark's dad in Captain America, but the actor who played him in Iron Man 2 when he was older, like in the 70s.
Yep.
He was listed in the Ant-Man credits at one point, at least.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully there's some tie-in there that he worked with Howard Stark.
Right.
That Hank Pym and Howard Stark worked together. So, and then it might even be mentioned in Age of Ultron, because some of the descriptions that says that Tony pulls out an old program to do Ultron. So maybe Ultron was created by Hank Pym because he worked with Howard Stark in the past and created this computer program.
Yeah, who knows, man? I mean,
so we'll be finding out in the next couple of months,
right,
how it all ties together.
Right. Okay. Next, we haven't done this in a while. Our random rants segment, and I don't have them with me. I actually do. Depends how much time. Do you think I should run and get them? No. Okay, fine. Fine.
No.
Whatever, dog. Yesterday was Record Store Day.
Get up and run.
Yeah, it seems impossible. And actually, yesterday was Record Store Day, where they have great deals on vinyl, CDs, and even cassette tapes. Shit. And because I know yesterday Metallica released 5,000 copies of their demo on cassette. So
their original demo.
Yep. No Left to Leather with Dave Mustaine and Ron McGovney in the lineup. And some of the deals I got was a classic Sepultura, Chaos AD, and a band that I listened to a little bit back in my days of getting into heavy music was Ministry, House of the Mole, and I got those. But the main thing, the reason why I want to talk about this, and we talked about this on the last show, how Star Wars was released digitally, and how much you had to pay for it, and you had none tangible to prove it. It was just so cool to be in the record store with all these people in there, bringing in their kids, people buying vinyls, stacks of CDs, and everybody loves a bargain, but still, it was so cool to see everybody in there, and it was just awesome just going through sections and sections of CDs and looking at all those vinyls that were on sale, and it was just cool. And I know this has been going on for quite a few years, and I think this is definitely something that I'm going to keep doing. And and I know you're a fan of buying physical things, especially you with your collection of movies. And of course, digital downloads has its advantages. I mean, you're not gonna get a CD player and put it on your pocket and just go for a walk or something. Of course, you could have an iPod, or if you're going.
Well, I wouldn't have an iPod. Apple sucks, but.
Right. Or even if you're going on a plane ride or something, you can have a tablet with, like all the Marvel movies on there.
Yeah.
You're not going to carry like all your DVDs and just like have like a little portable DVD player, just keep slapping them in. But As far as buying content, I'll always be the physical copies.
Yeah, because I've found this happen before with video games, where you just download the game and then you can play it
Right.
on your computer, but then your computer crashes,
Right.
and
There goes the file.
yeah, your game's gone
Yep.
because your computer's crashed and all the information that proved that you own it was on that computer.
Right.
So, nah. Yeah, I haven't done a record sale day or whatever you said it was,
Yeah.
but I've done a comic book day
Oh. Which
when I lived near to a comic book store, where not only can you go in and get deals, but you get free issues.
Oh,
They have special
man.
issues that are free comic book day issues, and this is at pretty much every comic book store where you can go in and get the special comic book day issue, and you can find out what they are beforehand. And
Oh, cool.
one year I got the first volume, I think it was, of the Wolverine,
Oh, wow.
the actual Wolverine Origins book. I think I got the first chapter of that for free
Oh,
for
wow.
comic book day one year. Other ones are just little issues, and then also the comic book stores will bring in local artists if there are any.
Oh, cool.
I got a couple like little pamphlet type things that were somebody local made them that was a comic book,
That's cool.
and also there were local artists. It's not hanging on my wall now because everything fell down when I was redoing that room. Remodeling that room, everything on the other side of the wall fell down. But I have a portrait that I bought at Comic Book Day
Oh, that's
of
cool.
Bruce Campbell,
Oh, wow.
and I live in this used to be my grandmother's house where I live, and she had the graduation pictures of all of her children
Right.
on the wall, but one of them took it. He took it to his house,
Right.
So there was a gap in all these kids. So I put Bruce Campbell there.
That's awesome.
Among my aunts and uncles.
That's so cool. Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell Kupski. Yeah, that's my great uncle. And so, what's your random rant? sir?
Ugh, cat people! I hate cat people. I'm allergic to cats. But cats are horrible anyway. I had an inflatable chair. It was
Yeah.
a Miller Lite inflatable armchair that I had when I was in high school. My sister's cat clawed the shit out of it.
Oh,
Popped it. And we had a cat. This was a cat that I loved and loved me when I was a kid, but he
just grew.
he was an indoor, not the cat that clawed the chair, but a different
Oh,
one.
okay.
He was an indoor-outdoor cat, and so he would come back and he'd have all these lumps in his fur and like boils and blisters
Oh.
and burrs and all kinds of stuff stuck in his fur. But he loved to sleep at my feet in my bed, and you're laying there trying to fall asleep, and all of a sudden your foot comes across this lumpy cat.
Ugh.
Maybe that's one of the things that turned me off against cats. But also, I'm allergic where my eyes will swell up.
Ooh,
Um,
yeah.
And my brother has cats. My other brother has cats. My sister has cats. My other sister used to have cats, but she doesn't at this very moment, but she probably will again.
Oh,
And my mom, she had one of my sister's cats that when my sister moved out of the house, the cat stayed with her.
right.
And then the cat was like 16 years old and it died. And so there was no more cat. And I was like, oh, yes. And then we have this girl that we have to take care of sometimes. And her mom sent her cat to live at my mom's house. My mom's like, oh, it's going to be an outdoor cat. It's going to be fine. We're going to train it so it goes out. No, now the cat just lays there with my mom because it doesn't even like the kid that it was sent there for. She tries to play with it. It's like, meow! Actually, she has scars because she wants to play with her cat, but she can't because
Right.
the cat doesn't want to play with her.
Oh, jeez.
And then I was telling you, like, cat people, I'm a smoker, and I smoke in my home, but when I invite people over to my house, and I know that they do not like smoke, I will go outside of my own house, stand outside, even if it's the winter time, to have my cigarette, to be polite. And when I go over to my mom's house, there's no smoking in the house, so I go outside and I smoke. And if you go over to somebody who has a dog and you're allergic to dogs, or the dog's just hyper or whatever, they'll be like, okay, I'll put him out, or I'll lock him in this bedroom. You go over to a cat person's house, and that cat jumps up on you, and they're like, don't do that. Get down, you sassy cat. Oh my God, get down, get down. And then the cat will do and walk away. And then, like 10 minutes later, it's behind your head with its tail and in your nose. Oh, get out of there. He doesn't want you there. Get away. Oh, he'll do that sometimes. And then maybe I'll squirt it with water. He hates that. And then it goes away for a little bit, and then it comes back. Oh, no, lock it up. I'm allergic. My eyes swell shut. And here you got your cat rubbing its tail in my face going, cats. Oh.
Are you okay?
That's my rant about cat people. Lock your damn cat up if somebody you invited over is allergic to them.
You know what? I have a funny story I think you'll appreciate. I was over at my friend's house. We were having dinner, and I was cooking some stuff. All of a sudden, their cat, who I love, awesome cat, fucking hops up right by the burner. It fucking almost starts on fire. I hit it. I'm like, oh my God! And I hit it.
Start on fire.
And then it just like fucking dropped and rolled and just ran away. Again, I'm sorry, Andy and Michaela. But man, I felt so bad after. I just like fucking just whacked the cat. Whack! It's like, oh my God. And yeah, that's my story about cats. I don't like cats either. I was allergic. I think when I touch it, and I touch my eyes and they get itchy, and I'm like, I can't see. Yeah. I'm like Daredevil. I can't see.
I'll be there. My eyes are swelling shut, and I'm going. Oh, do you need a tissue? No, I need this damn cat away from me. I just don't get it. Why can't they be like other people and be polite about it? And not to mention that they let the thing crap in the house, and then not like in some, they'll put it like in the bathroom.
Right.
So that like you go into the bathroom to do your business and you got to smell the cat's business. And they won't even like leave the fan on in that bathroom. They'll let it build up in this small room before you have to go in there. If you're gonna have a cat, teach it to go outside like a dog. Or teach it. I've seen them be taught to use the actual toilet. Go ahead.
Oh
and do
yeah,
that.
I've seen videos of that.
It's
possible. We have the technology.
Or put a diaper on it. I've seen that too. That's
really?
Nuts, but I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen it with dogs. I haven't seen it with cats, but a cat's the same damn thing.
I
guess. I don't know. I hate cats.
Okay.
I think this is the end.
I think that's the end of it.
I think I used a lot of energy there.
Yeah, you did. See you later, everyone.